From the only station working for you, this is RTV6 Good Morning Indiana.
Starting off with spring warmth already on this Easter weekend. Temperatures in the 60s. I'll let you know if it'll last through your Sunday.
Breaking overnight, a violent night here in Indianapolis. 3 shootings, 5 people hurt, 1 man killed. What we're learning from police as they begin to piece together the violence. Ready, set, hunt. Kids across the city will be going to race to fill up their Easter baskets. We have a rundown of all the egg hunts in the Circle City for you and your family to check out. Well, we want to welcome you in here to Good Morning Indiana, 8 o'clock here. I'm Lauren Casey, joined by meteorologist Kyle Mounts. Kyle, before we get to the weather, we do have some other good news to share. April the giraffe, she is actually having her baby right now.
Yeah, I've been watching the live stream, so it's a bit of a process.
There's actually something happening. We've been waiting for it for a long time, so that's good news, but we do have more good news today in the weather department.
Yeah, going out for some of those Easter egg hunts this morning, and you're going to be greeted with temperatures that are in the 60s, even 70 degrees already in Bloomington right now. It's 65 in Muncie. You do notice there are some clouds out there, but as we look back to the southwest, we see some clearing. There's some sunshine. Rain that's been off to the north and east, that's going to continue to move away from central Indiana here as we go through the morning and into the early afternoon. So as we plan out your Saturday here, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds here this morning, but those temperatures already around 70 degrees at 10 a.m. Winds will be a little breezy this afternoon, southwest around 30 miles per hour for those gusts, but that will once again get us into the lower 80s. 81 degrees for the afternoon high, very close to our record, Lauren, of 84.
Kyle, thanks. Breaking news overnight, a violent night here in Indianapolis as 5 people are hurt, 1 person killed in 3 separate shootings. First, IPD is going through evidence of a shooting from a downtown parking garage. Now, 4 men were hurt in this shooting and rushed to the hospital. They all suffered non-life-threatening injuries. This happened on a garage on the 300 block of South Meridian near several nightclubs. Officers are talking with witnesses in order to learn what led up to this gunfire. Right now, they do not know a motive, but they do believe that it started with an altercation. Metro Police are also working a deadly shooting on the city's east side. This all happened on the 1600 block of Bates Street about 4 o'clock this morning. That's near the intersection of Southeastern Avenue and State Avenue. Officers say a man was shot and killed inside of a home. That shooter then took off from the scene. Right now, there's no word on any suspects or motive for this shooting. And finally, officers are working to figure out what led up to a shooting on the west side. A person is in critical condition after a fight escalated. Police say a person was shot on the 400 block of Exeter Avenue around 5 o'clock this morning. That's just south of Michigan Road and Tibbs Avenue. Officers say the shooter and the victim knew each other. The gunman is in police custody, and he told officers that he was threatened. Well, new this morning, IMPD homicide detectives are going through clues after a woman was found dead on a north side home. It all happened in the 3500 block of North Capitol Avenue. That's near the intersection of 38th Street and Meridian Street. Officers say that woman was suffering from some sort of trauma when they arrived at the scene. Detectives are talking with possible witnesses to learn exactly what led up to this violence. Well, major changes could be coming for hundreds of IPS students and their families. A district task force is recommending the closing of 3 high schools. The reason is due to low enrollment. Now, the 3 schools would come from a list of 7. Those being considered: Arlington, Broad Ripple, Arsenal Tech, Crispus Attucks, George Washington, Shortridge, and Northwest. The task force reports that closing the schools would save $4 million. IPS officials are set to hold several forums to get the community's input before the school board makes their final decision. The closing would be effective in the fall of 2018. Well, IPS isn't the only school system in central Indiana dealing with closings. School administrators in Muncie are finalizing the plans to close 3 elementary schools. Those are Storer, Mitchell, and Sutton. Now, that school board is trying to climb out of a financial crisis. Few, if any, teacher losses are expected to come from those closings. Well, firefighters are going through damage in order to learn what started this fire on the Northeast Side Strip Club. This all happened at Pure Passion Lounge near 38th Street and Post Road. No one was in the building at the time of the fire, and crews were able to get it under control in less than half an hour. Early indications are that a faulty roof air conditioner is to blame for those flames. Well, farmers are getting set for another season, and the Indiana Grown movement, it's paying off for one central Indiana dairy farm. Well, you may have been to Traders Point Creamery just outside of Zionsville, but look beyond the rolling pastures, farm tours, milk, and ice cream. There's another kind of green rolling in. Profit and growth, all based on Traders Point's mission to nurture the earth and grow natural and organic. Now, that kind of growth extends to stores like a new Fresh Time in Broad Ripple, a regional company stocking Traders Point products on their shelves.
I think over the last 5 years, the whole grocery aisle has changed significantly. You can just see that by going down the street and seeing all the new stores opening up. The organic side, which is what we're in, and the natural side is the fastest growing part of the grocery.
Well, Vanderkoy says that Traders Point products are now in 1,800 stores nationwide, including just about every major retailer and independent store here in central Indiana. He says that's no small feat in what he calls an extremely competitive dairy business. Well, hey, Madison, Indiana is up for a big award. It could be named one of America's best cities. Today, people will hold a rally to be America's best outside of the Ohio theaters at 5:30. Madison is one of 8 communities to advance to the finals of the America's Best Communities competition, a national 3-year community revitalization initiative. Now, the competition's sponsors will award $6 million in grand prize revitalization grants this coming Wednesday. The top prize is $3 million. Good luck to Madison. Keeping Fishers beautiful. Today, the mayor of Fishers is leading the charge for a service day. Residents, volunteers, and businesses will be making a lasting impact on that community. Keep Fishers Beautiful is the single largest volunteer day in that city. Now, there will be a park cleanup project and a recycling event all across Fishers. Well, it's Easter weekend, and that means there will be plenty of egg hunts for you and the kids to check out today. Here's a list of a few of them happening on Saturday. First, IMS will be hosting the kids racing for eggs instead of the checkered flag. All that fun starts at 9 o'clock this morning. It's free and open to the public. Kids under 12 can participate in the hunt, which will begin at 11 o'clock. Kids get to redeem their eggs for candy at the track, and you can enter off Gate 2. That's off 16th Street. There's also the Cultural Trail Extravaganza, and you're welcome to hunt for more than 5,000 eggs hidden along the 8-mile trail. There will be games, music, and giveaways. All of that fun gets started at 10 o'clock this morning. And Kyle, looking at the forecast for this weekend, today looks to be the better day to do those egg hunts.
Yeah, get excited there, Lauren, for the weather today and those hunts. Yeah, we'll get to your forecast here in a second. Right now, as we check out the view from IMS, looking back at the city, and we've got some clouds out there, but no rain on Storm Team 6 radar. We've got 64 mild degrees thanks to a southwest breeze close to 10 miles per hour. So heading out to the Easter egg hunts this morning, temperatures that will range from the lower 60s this morning to the lower 70s here as we get into the late morning hours, all with partly cloudy skies, a light south wind for you. And then this afternoon, heading down to Monument Circle, we'll have the All-City Pep Rally happening at noon, 75 degrees, mix of sun and clouds, a little more sunshine coming our way by 2 o'clock and 78 degrees.
Kyle, thanks. We are working on much more for you on this Saturday morning. A chaotic scene at a New York City train station. We'll explain the action taken by police that started this stampede. And new details are emerging about the death of Prince. The new documents that are set to be released in the coming days. We'll tell you about that coming up after the break. It's 8:08. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
Wendy's